Earth when many thought that the Earth was still flat, that the Earth was still flat, that the Earth was still flat. So it represents to me the promise of the future and enlightenment. The promise of the future.
Were truthful, and what I've said is consistent with what I have told the American people.
Now hold on. You're waiting for some bitch to wake up out of their dream.
The promise of the future.
Together we are fighting to preserve our fragile climate from irreversible damage and devastation of unthinkable proportions.
As I have gotten older, I have decided we really need camps for adults. And we need the kind of camps that you all run. I mean, really, where, you know, none of the serious stuff, none of the, you know, life challenge stuff, more fun. I think we have a huge fun deficit in America. And we need to figure out how to fill that fun deficit, certainly for our kids, but also for the rest of us. You know, we've become, in so many ways, a country that has slowly but surely figured out how to get along with more people from more backgrounds, but there are still differences that we need to get over. You know, I said the other day at an event that, you know, we're much less racist, sexist, homophobic, all of those things. But we sure don't want to spend time with anybody who we disagree with politically. I mean, that is just too stressful. So, you know, maybe mix it up a little bit. You know, you can have the red cabin, the blue cabin, have to come together and actually listen to each other. Wouldn't that be a novel idea? And sort of create this, you know, much more open dialogue opportunity, which I would like to see more of in our country.
Painting planet Earth when many thought that the Earth was still flat, that the Earth was still flat, that the Earth was still flat. So it represents to me the promise of the future and enlightenment.
Wait until you see this. They're going to show them on the sidelines. Watch this. Watch this. Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen anything like that in your life? Let's go back on that. What the hell? One more time.
Watch Stephen A. Smith's eyes, everybody.
Comes to an end. Stephen A. Smith, many thanks, and we will hear from James Harden here live on this edition of SportsCenter.
You saw it. Everybody just saw it right there. I'm gonna rewind it back again. This is after the loss of Rockets. Look at that. Everybody see it. His eyes disappeared. Another set of eyes came in. Look at that. Everybody can see it. Look at this pupil on the right side. Everybody see this, man. Y'all, I'm freaking out right now. It's for real. I'll push and play. Look, everybody can see it.
I'm very, very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday at 11:55 a.m. in the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve between us. And we call her Eve.
Could you tell us which one?
We're the Super Soldier Summit, second Super Soldier Summit, and I'm very pleased to meet you.
I'm pleased to meet you too.
And you've got a lot of talent.
Thank you.
And you've met many things, and you're very spiritually.
Yes, I'm very, very spiritual. That's my everyday life.
So, what brings you to this Super Soldier Summit?
A lot of things that happened to me since I was young, and a lot of things I'm aware of involving the government and how everything is made to look like everything's normal, but it's not. There's a lot of underlying things going on that is not normal, and the public isn't aware of it, and they're asleep to these things. And I wanted to come and converse with others like myself and speak with others like myself, because I don't think that right this instant we can too much. Society's starting to wake up, but this instant not so much, so kind of lonely. So it's also like, for me, it's something that I'm with other people like me partly. So I would say that the minds of society are closed off to the higher self, and their heart chakras are closed off to the higher source. And we are starting to live in a society where it's more robotic oriented or AI oriented. This just hasn't begun in this century, but that was a long time ago. It happened on other planets. This presence, it seems to be a presence that is very dark. I wouldn't say evil, because I don't believe in evil, but I would say it was a more of an advanced intelligence presence that absorbs energy for its survival, and it's done this to many previous planets. And this instant, Earth is in peril of the same thing that happened to the other planets. If you look above, I used to often tell people, you can tell what's going to happen to Earth by looking at the stars. You look at the barren planets, because it's happened to it before. They were all populated and very beautiful before all this began, actually. And the same energy has went from planet to planet, absorbing all the life force out of it, to the very point that the planet is barren, and it's doing the same thing to Earth this instant. And people on Earth are in amnesia to what's happening. They don't understand what's happening, and they're incarnating over and over and over and being used as energy sources. And they're being used as energy sources, and if they try to literally go higher in vibration, or they start getting attacked by this presence, I'm not sure how to explain this presence in terms, in human words. It's something that I sense and see. I would say I'm still trying to figure out about it. It could be advanced AI, from what I understand. It's emotionless. It has no empathy. It has no feelings. It doesn't care. It just simply absorbs energy and uses it for its purposes needed. Now, the reason for absorbing energy is it can go to higher realms. This is how the realms work. The less energy, the lower realms. The higher the energy, the higher the realms. Now, what it has done is it's been able to absorb energy and move into higher realms where it shouldn't be this instant. And whenever it's using humanity partly for that, I feel like humanity is locked up on Earth, and they're being used for energy sources for this to also, not only has it taken over planets and absorbed the energy from planets. I feel it's trying to go into the higher realms also to pretty much wreak havoc on all the higher realms. Now, what I'm getting at is that the fact that Earth, literally this instant is a prison for people on Earth, and they are not even aware of it. And everything is encoded, and when you start to wake up, you understand this.
In what way are things encoded?
You know what? It's simple. Even in words, like take a look at the word soldier. You have the word sold in it. You have the word red in it, like red alert. You also have the word die in it, and other things. Everything's encoded. If you just take a look, everything is encoded. The word soldier, it's encoded. It has the word sold in it. Selling your soul, your soul energy, your energy, your chi. It also has red in it, red alert. It also has the word die in it. So everything is encoded in such a way that it's right there, but it doesn't seem dangerous. Yet, however, it is right there in front of you. How everything is encoded.
Is there a need for this to be in your face? In that it's
there is.
It's obvious, but only.
There's a need because this is the rule of the universe. You have to know, whether subconsciously or consciously, what's going on always. So either you are going to become aware, and you're going to become aware of these things and understand that there's this force working that way, or you're going to stay asleep and just be like, I want to live in a normal world. And the world is not normal. There's something massively wrong with the world.
What is wrong with this planet?
First of all, I can tell you that there are millions of children that disappear every year. Where are these children going? They're not, I mean, they used to say, oh, they're doing child exportation to Africa. Africa obviously would be white by this time with all these children disappearing. I look around, I travel a lot, and there's children disappearing all the time. I go to small towns, and there's literally hundreds of children all the time gone. I see papers everywhere. Where are these children going? That's the thing. Humanity is also being raped. Their children are being taken away from them, and they're being used for their energy and everything. I have a memory of an underground place where they take all of these children, and they literally take their energy from them. And because
how do they do that? What base was it?
I'm not quite sure what base it was. I remember waking up, and I could look across, and there was literally hundreds of cages, and there was children, small children in these cages, and they were all attached, and there was where they were getting electric shocks. So they were in such tremendous pain that they were really tremendous pain.
How did you get into the base?